Hey everyone, Ben from Living Survival, and today we're going to take a look at the Jääkäri pack. We looked at the mini Jääkäri before. This is the larger brother, the regular Jääkäri. It actually comes in a larger size as well, the Jääkäri rucksack, which has a full frame. This is the medium size, the Jääkäri backpack. I believe it's also called the Jaeger backpack here in the States, but pretty comfortable pack. We're going to take a closer look. Don't go anywhere. So we can take a look at how it rides on the body. Very minimal shoulder straps, as with the mini pack. I don't find that's a problem. This is only like a 22-liter pack, so you're not going to fill it up with very much weight. It would make a great 1 to 2 day pack, which is what I'm using it for. I actually have winter gear loaded in here, so I have a larger sleeping bag than I would in the summer. I have a larger underquilt than I would in the summer, and you just have more gear and more clothes generally for a winter outing. So I think this would make a perfect summer pack, a 1 to 2 day summer pack. A little bit small maybe for most winter gear, but it is working well for me. Definitely high quality. Again, the shoulder straps are very minimal, but they're comfortable. You get the sternum strap on this one, which you don't with the smaller pack, which I actually ordered for it. And then you get a hip belt. So you can see how minimal the hip belt is. It's really just more or less a waist strap to keep the pack from moving back and forth when you're hiking. It's really not going to do a whole lot for the weight or for the load, but again, you're probably not going to fill this pack with a whole lot of stuff. One thing I did notice is that it has this elastic retention to keep your webbing in check. Now the way it comes is they come snugged right up to the buckle, and it makes it really hard to adjust the buckle. So if you move that elastic back further and only hook it on after you're done adjusting, it makes the hip belt a lot easier to adjust. So again, very minimal hip belt, but it does the job. You can see it rides pretty close to the body. Now it doesn't have load lifters there that help cinch it into the body, but again, it's a smaller pack, so it's really not needed, but very comfortable, just like the smaller pack. So as I said, it makes for a good 1 to 2 day pack. I wanted to show you how I had it loaded out. The top lid does float, so you can float it up and down, and so even though it's like a 20-ish liter pack, you can pack a lot of stuff in it, and probably best use would be summer, summer hiking or summer camping, 1 to 2 day. It's probably a little bit small for winter loadout. I do have some winter gear in here, but I have really lightweight and small winter gear, so I'm able to make it work. But you can see I've utilized the compression straps on the side here. I just have my camp chair on the side there. On the other side, I have my saw, and then I have my sleeping bag floating in the top lid. So once you pop off the top lid, and it does have the adjustments in the front and in the back, I can pull that out, and then you can see here that you can fit quite a lot of stuff underneath that top lid, and of course I could extend it out even further. So then on the inside you have your drawstring, and you can get to the other contents of your pack. Other things that I have in here would be my cook set, extra pair of t-shirt and socks. I have my hammock, I have my tarp, and I have my underquilt. And then my sleeping bag I'm using as my top quilt. So once you pop the lid on this, it does have a pocket underneath there, and I just keep a first aid kit and some fire tinder in that top pouch. And then you've got not only an external drawstring here, which you can cinch the bag up tight, but then you have this internal liner here as well to help cinch the contents inside down. So in here I just have a roll of toilet paper, I have my cook set, I have my bag that just has odds and ends in it, extra ropes and stakes, and I've got my war bonnet hammock, my pillow, my tarp, and then down in the bottom here I've got my 0-degree quilt, which I'll be using for the first time. So you can see that you can pack a lot in here, even though it's a fairly small bag. And like I said, for summertime use, I think it'll work just fine. So let's just take a quick peek around the pack here. It is larger than the mini Jääkäri or mini Jaeger pack that I reviewed previously. This is the larger one, and they make a larger one yet. They make a rucksack, which is like a 70-liter with a frame. This one just has a plastic frame in it, but again, it would work really well in the summer months for a 1 to 2 day outing, sort of your standard patrol size. You got 22 liters plus 6 liters of additional space. The top lid has webbing on the top, PALS webbing, which is nice because when you cinch down the top lid, you can float it up and down. You can tuck this webbing in, so it keeps it nice and organized. There's a hook and loop panel there, and then you have the front straps here to compress that down. all Delrin buckles, and I believe the pack is 1000D nylon, 1000D Cordura nylon, so very, very high quality stuff. Very nice looking pack overall. It does have the little elastics here to, you know, keep your webbing all in order. And as you saw earlier, I had my saw on this side and I had my chair hooked onto the other side. Now on the bottom of each side you do have pockets here. What I find is they're pretty useless. They're supposed to be able to store a water bottle, maybe a real small water bottle, but you'd have a difficult time putting like an Nalgene in there when you have the pack loaded up. What it does work good for is slipping down a tool though, like my saw was slipped down in there, and then you can just use the side compression straps here to compress that down. Behind the compression straps on this side there is a zip, so you can unzip that to get sort of suitcase open or duffel bag open your pack, which is always nice if you have to grab something down in the bottom here. On the front you have two little ice axe loops. I never really use those. Grab handle on the back, and then just like the mini version of this pack, you have fairly minimal shoulder straps. Again, with the 20-liter pack, I'm not going to be carrying a whole ton of weight. I think I have like 15 pounds in here or something like that, base weight. So, you know, very minimal shoulder straps. They do have loops all the way down, which you can not only adjust the sternum strap, then you can hook other things to. Then there's two pieces of padding here that ride along your back. Gives you some nice airflow behind that, and then there's a plastic frame sheet behind that. On the bottom of the hip belt, again, minimal hip belt. It's nice because it keeps the weight down. Now some people might say, well, that's not a very, you know, rugged hip belt, and that's true, but it keeps the weight down, and again, you're not going to be overloading this pack to where you really need a, you know, heavy duty weight or a hip belt. So underneath your top lid there is an additional pocket here, which I have a first aid kit, and you have two sets of drawstrings. You have your outside drawstring and your inside drawstring, sort of a liner. It's not a waterproof liner, but it certainly helps to keep your gear contained inside. I believe you can order a dry bag for this, or you could just, you know, put your own dry bag in there. There is slots on the side here. This does have a flap on the inside that you could do hydration, and then you can run your tube out. So, you know, nothing much to it. It's just your basic sort of dump style pouch. Or pack. I like the fact that it has the zip access on the side. Very durable, you know, materials, and it is quite comfortable for its size. So not sure how well you're going to be able to see down in there. There is a little strap here for your hydration, and then in the back here there is an elastic flap that runs in the back here that you could stash maybe a laptop, other electronics, or of course a water bladder. This is one of my favorite all-time packs. For a day pack, this thing is fantastic, high quality, and you know, it just works really well. It's the perfect size, and again, this is a nice size as well, probably more so for summer. I'll probably get a lot more use out of it in the summer than in the winter when I'm carrying larger gear. But with that floating top lid, it is capable of it, and you know, very similar to the smaller version. You do have the sternum strap, which I actually ordered for the smaller pack here, and then of course you do have the hip belt. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, taking a look at the regular Jääkäri or Jaeger backpack. I'm going to put a link below to where you guys can find out more information, as well as purchase one if you'd like to do so. It is a very comfortable pack. It's got very comfortable shoulder straps and of course the sternum strap. The hip belt, again, is not really made to carry a whole lot of weight, so you really don't want to load it up. As I said, I probably have 15 to 20 pounds, and that's about the max I would put in this pack. I think, again, it's going to be probably a better summer pack than it would be for a winter pack. I generally like to have a little bit larger pack in the 40-50 liter range maybe for the winter months. Very, very high quality Cordura, 1000D Cordura. So it's a very high quality, very comfortable, very good looking pack. I'd say the only cons are probably those side pockets. They really don't work as pockets unless you had something really small. They do work really well for you know, putting a tool down in and then cinching it with the compression strap. So because it does have those two compression straps and then the floating lid, you really can you know, manipulate this pack however you need to accommodate your gear. Make sure if you get this pack that you take off the elastic management, or at least slide it back. That'll allow you to use the straps a lot better. At first I thought the straps were just not working, but it's because that gets stuck in there and it makes it difficult to use. So once I remove that, perfect, you know, perfect as far as the buckle goes. They are Delrin buckles, so they're going to hold up. So again, just another great pack from Savotta. I'm enjoying using it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you leave me a comment below. Please share this video to your friends and family on your social media, and as always, click that subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel for more videos.
How fire resistant is it? Can we test that out?